Hello, my gorgeous peopleini. These are your special sacred messages from the spirit world and from your spirit guides for all 12 signs of zodiac. These are rather short but very, very sacred messages indeed, and they are above all timeless. So you're going to hear this whenever you're meant to hear this. You're going to see this message whenever you're meant to see this message. And these messages are for all 12 signs of zodiac. And if you just scroll at the bottom of the screen, you will be able to see exactly where your sign is starting. And also, on another hand, if you just check within the actual description box as well, you can also click on your sign that way. So the first message is going to be for Aries. My gorgeous Aries, you know, you need to understand that you are about to face an obstacle. This obstacle is going to be more important than you can possibly imagine. So also, on another hand, this obstacle may not seem as significant as it's actually going to turn out to be. The answer to the obstacle that you are about to face is go slow and take time. My gorgeous Aries, you need to remember this, to go slow and take your time, because what is going to happen, you will find yourself in an element where you are going to be quite disorientated, and in order to come out of this disorientation, you just need to take time. Go slow and take time, and don't rush into anything. In fact, the more time you take, more you will realize, more you will know, the more you're going to find out. And this is why this is going to be so important. The second message is going to be for my gorgeous Taurus. My gorgeous Taurinis, you know, you are going to have a very important opportunity very, very soon. That opportunity is to do with the next stage and next step of your life. And it is going to lead towards the great healing and containment as well. Okay, on one hand, you need to understand to be as much as you can in explorative mode. On another hand, you know, take risk to go forward. You're going to need to take a risk in order to go forward, but that risk is going to consist of you doing things the way you want to do them, following your own intuition, and most certainly, above all, swimming against the current. It is something that needs to come out of you. It is something that primarily needs to come purely through your own intuition. So this is what you most certainly need to remember. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about and having this special sacred message from the spirit guides is going to be my gorgeous Gemini. My beautiful Gemininis, you know, you need to understand that very soon you are going to find yourself on a little crossroads. The crossroads that you're going to find yourself at are going to make you feel really indecisive. At the same time, at that very moment in time when you start feeling indecisive, you really need to understand that you are going to have the great divine support. That means, on another hand, that you need to stay committed to the task at hand that you are having, the path that you are on. But at the same time, you know, you need to understand that the answers that you're going to need are going to be within. Okay, so the answers that you're going to need are going to be within. And this is pretty much so to do with the next step of your life, with the next stage, and you finding yourself just on a little crossroads. Very important for you to remember that the answers that you need, you have within. So this is what you strictly need to remember when you find yourself like in front of a rather confusing situation that is going to make you doubt things, that is going to make you kind of change your look, the way you look at things, you know, because this is going to be followed by a really important adjustment that you're going to need to make, because slowly you're going to realize which part of your life came to an end, you know. So that is all going to be pretty much so connected, and naturally it's going to put you on the new path. Just remember, the answers are within. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Cancer, my beautiful Cancerini, you know. This, you need to understand that it pretty much so you're gonna have a very important opportunity to bloom, like literally to bloom. This is going to affect every single aspect of your life in the best possible way. And what you need to do in order to make the most of it, very, very soon, my gorgeous Cancerini, you are going to have feelings, you know, very powerful emotions when it comes to your life and when it comes to the next step, you know, and this in itself, it's going to bring you so many answers already. My answer is that anything that comes to you where you want to kind of test the water a little bit, where you want to kind of like explore certain parts of your life, you know, it's all about exploration, and it's all about giving credit to yourself. Follow your own feelings, emotions, intuitions, you know, because a lot is going to be answered to you through that way, in particular when it comes to the next step, an important next step and next stage of your life, my gorgeous Cancerinis. This is very important, you know. In order for you to bloom, you need to follow your bliss. This is very important, to follow your bliss, you know, because most certainly you're going to be navigated by the stars, and this in itself, it's a very important time of your own projection when it comes to like putting more effort towards the specific things in your life where you want to achieve the certain goals. You know, the more you do that, the more you're going to achieve, the more you're going to create, the more you're going to make happen much quicker, much sooner, when the energy is so powerful. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be having a special message for, it's going to be my gorgeous Leo, my beautiful Leonis, you know. It is just basically pretty much so what is going to take place, a realization. You are about to open your eyes, and once you open your eyes, nothing is going to close them anymore. This in itself is going to bring you a very powerful vibration, but above all, it's actually going to make you realize this absolutely remarkable, mind-blowing possibility that almost like about 2 or 3 weeks ago, that possibility seemed like completely impossible. So this is something that I need you to dive towards. This is something that I need you to jump in. This is something that I need you to walk towards, most certainly, because you know you are about to reach an important destination. Okay? And also you need to remember, my gorgeous Leonis, that your light is shining rather brightly, and that means that whichever area of your life to choose to focus on, you will be able to achieve so much. And also you will have the courage and self-esteem and control over a situation on a very high level, and this in itself is just going to make you to go that giant step further in your life. But you just need to give a credit to yourself where credit is due. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Virgolini. Oh my Lord, you know, this is a very important time when it comes to you, my gorgeous Virgos, indeed, my gorgeous Virgolini, my gorgeous Virgo. This is a very important time indeed. It's to do with a rather magical release, but most certainly it's like when I say magical release, you know, it's very important to pay attention pretty much so strictly, primarily, like which part of your life slowly came to an end, because the specific part of your life came to an end, and this is also at the moment creating an obstacle until you realize that this came to an end. Karmically, you can't move on, so you are about to realize which part of your life came to an end, and this is going to bring you such a great refreshment in your life, because it's going to remind you of who you are, what your job on this earth is, and most primarily how important it is to just most certainly stay on your path, do things that only make sense to you, but also do not forget about your own dreams. Do not forget about your own dreams. This is something that you strictly must remember, because as soon as you focus on that part of your life, you're just going to rejuvenate yourself like there is no tomorrow. It is about the actual calling. This is all about your calling. It's all going to lead towards your personal calling. This is going to mean to you so much, because it's pretty much so also going to help you to overcome a very, very annoying, very uncertain and very kind of scary obstacle that made you feel very kind of uncertain, you know, for the last, you know, 24 to 36 months. You felt this uncertainty, which just almost, you know, every now and then it took the better of you in terms of like worries and being negative. And when you find yourself in this element, it's very difficult to keep going forward, because we find ourselves being rather disorientated. So this is why this is so important. It's about your own calling, but it's also about your own intentions. You know, the power of intentions is going to be really strong for you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and that in itself is just, you need to understand that you can overcome absolutely anything, because it's going to be like kind of revolving it around a specific problem that you are going to have, but the answer to that problem is basically you are going to overcome an important obstacle. So what you should be doing is just basically keep on reminding yourself to stay on your own path, but also something is just out of the blue gonna come to you, the certain realization. You know, it's to do with an old plan, my gorgeous Virgolinis. It's to do with an old plan, but also for having the power to see things for what they are. It's better to see things for what they are than living like in a space of time where you're just kind of being led by like maybe negativity and lies that just throws you in all sorts of like uncertainties, and then you just simply cannot find your way out. Very, very soon, my gorgeous Virgolini, and it's not going to be that long, you're about to be reminded of who you are, what your path is on this earth, what your calling is on this earth, and that in itself is going to lead only towards one important, significant dimension, where you have to also give a credit to yourself, give a credit to your intuition, and understand that this is the time where you really need to swim against the current in order to achieve a very important aspect of your life. Later on, you're going to be really grateful to yourself, but now at this moment in time, what you just need to remember when this comes to you, this reminder is just going to come to you just out of the blue. You know, it's to do with an old plan. It's to do with an old plan, but you also realizing that you can go forward, you can go through. You don't have to wait anything. You don't have to wait for anyone. You just need to reconnect with yourself. This is an important time of your own personal reconnection, but a reminder to stay on your own path. So this is going to be very interesting when that old plan just suddenly manifests around you. But most importantly, the power and the strength and the vivid parts of that future, you know, planning, that you're going to feel connected to it, you're just going to completely not going to be able to deny it, because almost immediately you're going to feel such a great strength, you know, such a great happiness, such a great optimism. And this is something I need you to do. This is something that I need you to pay attention to. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Libra. My gorgeous Libra, you know, it's just basically what you need to remember, that, you know, you are most certainly are going to start feeling very, very creative soon. And this creativity that you're going to feel is just at the same time going to answer a very important question to you. And your job should be, when you feel this creativity, just draw yourself into all sorts of like feelings and emotions and vibration. Follow it. Follow what you feel creative about. Follow what you feel excited about. Follow what you feel like kind of inspired about. Because the more you do this, the more powerful your own personal vibration and energy will become, because you're doing what you should be doing by staying on your path, and you are increasing your own personal vibration and personal energy. So when things don't make sense, they slowly, nicely and gently start making sense. So when you start feeling like rather creative, my gorgeous Libra, you also need to understand to follow that particular vibe, to follow that particular emotions, you know, to follow that particular vibration, to follow that particular energy. It is important, because it's most certainly going to lead you towards an infinite wisdom. And what your infinite wisdom is going to do, it's going to put you on the wandering path. So all these vibrations and energy are going to work so wonderfully for you, because it's going to redirect you slightly, but most importantly put you on this wandering path that I'm talking about. And what you need to do is just make yourself aware, like right now, that you are going to be in front of the path where you're going to need to kind of, in order to go forward, you're going to need to explore as well. But this exploration is going to bring magic into your life again. So it's all about you enjoying yourself, enjoying your journey, but also you need to understand that you're going to find yourself on this wandering path, and this is going to be absolutely brilliant. So the more you explore, the more you're going to get out of it. So the more you wander, the more you're going to get out of it, the more you're going to see, the more you want to find out, with every single aspect of your life, it's actually going to take you exactly where you should be. Okay, very, very important indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpio. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpione, my lordy lord, you are about to become aware of the certain ending in your life, but most certainly a few days later you're also going to become aware of a really important beginning that you wouldn't kind of become aware of if you weren't becoming if you didn't kind of realize this ending. So this is the magic of your own realization, is the magic of your own energy, but also with these wonderful things happening when they're meant to happen in your life. So basically it's about a cycle of life, reaching an important stage, reaching an important point, my gorgeous Scorpione. Indeed, it's like a lot, like it's gonna happen overnight while you're going to sleep, or while it's dark out there, overnight, you will see that your vibration at night, in the evening, is going to be rising and rising and rising. And that means that you're going to find yourself thinking a lot, that you're going to find yourself like drifting into all sorts of different dimensions, how you normally do, but now this is going to seem, the vibration is going to seem so much more powerful. So you're going to find yourself like kind of thinking quite a lot, and that in itself is going to open your eyes, and it's going to make you realize something so important. But you need to give a credit to yourself, to your weirdness, and I say this because, maybe sometimes if you say this to certain people, they will be like, yeah, what are you talking about? But then again, this is the time when you need to understand that this, if you don't follow your intuition, then you're absolutely kind of lost a little bit. So that's why I just need to kind of highlight how important this is. But it's all going to lead towards you at night, in the evening, when your power is going to be very kind of rejuvenated in a very kind of strong and unusual way. So a lot is going to come to you, lots of signs, lots of realizations, but most importantly, you are going to realize something so significant, so important, a certain truth, the certain truth. And that truth, and which truth I'm talking about, is going to become super evident to you, and you will know what I'm talking about, because the certain mask is going to be fallen yet again, and then you will be able to see so much behind that you didn't see before, but you felt it. So you're not going to be completely surprised. So, but the bottom line is that you're going to find yourself, you are about to find yourself on a crossroads. And you need to let something go as well. At the same time, you're going to need to let something go. This is very important. When you find yourself on the crossroads, you need to understand that this is the beginning of your own transition. This is the beginning of your own change. This is the beginning of your own transformation. When we are going through these things in life, at the same time, you need to understand, in order to go to the next stage of your life, you need to understand that something came to an end as well. But that's natural progress and the natural part of life as well. And now when you find yourself on this crossroads, you need to understand that the blessings are about to shower your life. You are about to reach a really important blessings at the same time, and the blessings are going to come to you as long as you do what makes sense to you, as long as you naturally drift towards the path that is going to bring you progression, and ignoring as much negativity as you possibly can. You need to give a credit to yourself, my gorgeous Scorpione, indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Sagittarius. Okay, so you know what it is now. I really like this because you are gonna kind of have a bit of a tricky situation very, very soon, where you're gonna see that something came to an end when it comes to your hard work, when it comes to the things that you've been working on, when it comes to things that you were trying to achieve, when it comes to things that you wanted to happen, you know, where you kind of, the certain part of your life that you've put so much energy towards, you know, it's going to give you a bit of a tricky moment, you know, very soon. And the tricky moment is going to come in the form of a challenge. I'm sorry that it's a challenge, but it's going to be quite good one, because it's going to help you to see on one thing, you know, it's going to help you to see things for what they are. Through that situation, you're going to find yourself wondering and questioning the certain parts of your life, and there is a lot that is going to come to you through the wise psychic energy that is going to surprise you, but it's just going to make sense to you so much. And there is this different way of thinking that you are going to start having about the certain things in your life, and this is important because it shows how much you're spiritually actually growing, and it's also going to give you the glimpse of things, you know, what you need to do, and you will know that this is changing and evolving because it's purely in order to get where you want to get when it comes to your future. Now you're gonna be kind of there is gonna be kind of a different plan for action. It's a different plan for action, and this is also going to be important because this different plan of action is something that you should be focusing on. Okay, on another hand, my gorgeous Sagittarius, you know, it's just basically when I said like about the hard work, this is where the tricky situation is going to take place, because you're going to find yourself focusing very soon towards the part of your life that means to you so much, that you've placed so much work, projected so much work, hard work towards. Now that is going to make you feel like, oh my God, suddenly you're going to stumble upon something and it's going to confuse you and it's going to take your energy away, but you need to understand that you're close to something so mind-blowing, so important. So you just have to, you must remember that you are on the right path. You need to stay exactly where you are and keep going. But the blessing that I'm talking about here, this rejuvenation that I'm talking about here, it's going to kind of give you the sign where you're going to feel like, oh my God, you're just going to feel like, oh, you haven't got much out of it. It didn't give you a lot, you know, outcome, you know, you don't have much out of it, you know, you're just going to feel like kind of dissatisfied. And this is going to be really great because this is your sign, my gorgeous Sagittarius, that you are reaching a very important stage of your life, and all you need to do is just keep going and keep going, keep going, and actually, in fact, put more energy towards it, you know, by thinking what else you can bring, or just at least try to stay committed to things that you are doing, because you are very, very soon about to enter an important doorway, and that doorway is nothing else but it's going to bring you the actual success, which is most certainly going to expand in your life. Success is going to expand in your life. So this is what you need to remember, my gorgeous Sagittarius, indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Capricorn. Okay, my lordy lord, you know what you need to remember, that also you are going to have a mind-blowing wisdom. You're going to have a mind-blowing wisdom that is going to come to you, and this is going to be miraculous. This is going to be huge, very important. And the mind-blowing wisdom that I'm talking about, you know what, where things are going to get really kind of interesting, my gorgeous Capricornians, is that you're either it's very interesting how few signs are having a very strong connection with the water, and that doesn't surprise me because water is very powerful. Water is super spiritual. Water is like magical in so many different ways. But anyway, so there is a very strong connection with the water that you are going to have, my gorgeous Capricornians, very soon. You're going to be either maybe standing by the tap water, or maybe you will be watching it, you will be hearing it. Or you will maybe even see the water on the screen, you know, on the television. Or maybe you will be outside in the forest, and then maybe you will be by the river. Maybe you will be by the sea. However this is going to happen, first of all, this is going to be your sign. This is going to be a starting point. You are going to be around the water, or you're going to hear the water. And very soon after that, there is going to be the sign. Number 7 is going to be very important and very significant. So if you see 77777, you've got like, oh my God, double whammy here. Because number 7 and repeating number 7s are also going to be keep on reminding you that you are, as much as the water, you know, also. So it's going to be the water, and it's going to be number 7s. When you see, you will know what is going to happen after you come across the water and come across the number 7s. You know, you are going to have the greatest moment of wisdom that is gonna be a really mind-blowing moment at the same time. This greatest moment of wisdom, it's gonna be preparing you in this moment. So you hear water, or you see number 7s, or you see both things. So you could either be next to the water, or either you can see number 7s repeating, or you can see both things, you know, like closely at the same time, or either of those. It doesn't matter, but it's going to be very strong connection, and it's the sign with your spirit, and it's the sign that you need to pay attention, because the greatest wisdom is going to come to you. It's going to be mind-blowing. You're going to feel something that you haven't felt in a long time, in a long time when it comes to your life, but also the wisdom that is going to come to you. It's going to prepare you for this wisdom that is going to come through your own intuition, you know, and also at the same time it's going to light up the path for you. Something is going to come to you like just out of the blue. You will discover something. This is all going to lead towards you discovering an absolutely an important part of your life that you want to do, that you want to achieve, that you want to make it happen. And it's just going to broad so much, you know, to you. It's going to bring so much, you know, to you in terms of planning, in terms of excitement, in terms of optimism, you know, optimism that was missing in your life. Now this is slowly going to start coming back. You know, get ready for new horizons. This is what's so important for you to understand. You, my gorgeous Capricornians, you, through your own wisdom, through your own intuition, you have to understand that you're about to discover something really mind-blowing. And that mind-blowing thing that you're going to discover, it's going to require from you to go, you know, to start changing things, but most certainly to be to explore as much as you can, and to be ready for new horizons when they start manifesting in your life. My Lord, this is going to be connected to so many situations that were bringing you down. So now you're just going to flop just right back, you know, nicely, beautifully. And this is why I like this so much. Okay? So the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Aquarius, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Like, my Lord, you know, you are about to feel a very important fire within. You are about to feel such a passion. You are about to feel such a power. You are about to feel such a great enlightenment in your life, and nothing is going to kind of make you sorry nothing is going to make you to not to kind of realize this. Nothing is going to kind of like take your attention or energy away from you realizing this important energy, important vibration, which is going to lead towards an absolutely mind-blowing aspect of your life. You know, it's just all about this kind of fire that you're going to feel within. But then again, you know, something is going to become absolutely obvious. What do you need to do, and what the next step is going to be? And this is going to seem so brilliant, so surreal in so many different ways, because the more you focus on this, and the more you naturally start drifting towards this, you know, the more things are going to make sense that didn't make sense before. So this is going to be the answer to you, that you are on the right path, that you are doing the right thing, and most importantly, that you are going naturally and drifting naturally towards the right dimension, towards the right direction. This is very important for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, to understand that this is going to change your life. Follow the fire within, because the fire within is going to answer like an absolutely mind-blowing question to you, but at the same time it's someone who is very close to you emotionally, and someone who you are close to emotionally. The certain problem that you had around that person is also going to be answered to you, because you didn't know what to do, and it's to do with an important person in your life that you have got a very strong influence and impact on. So the very kind of like a powerful answer is also going to come to you as well. So this is going to hit you both like in the best possible way, both emotionally, but also when it comes to the next step, also when it comes to you opening your eyes, and also when it comes to you realizing the essence of your own power, how much this can actually increase almost instantly as long as you give a credit to yourself and do things that only make sense to you, no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening. You just have to remind yourself persistently to follow your intuition, because this is going to be the direct result of your own intuition. So it's all about you first of all feeling this absolutely fantastic fire within, in your soul, that is at the same time an important sign that you are about to step into your power, okay? And you are most certainly a strong beyond the measure. Okay, so it's brilliant to see what this is going to be, but also even most important to actually try to explore and give a credit to yourself, because this is just one thing that you're going to find yourself in front of a certain door, and it's going to be like that there is a possibility that you're going to be like that you're not going to give a credit to yourself. There's something may kind of make you feel really negative, and it's nothing to do with you. Just remember that you light your own path. There is something very important about to happen, and you are about to step into your own power. And exactly 22 days later, after that moment in time, you know, there is a very important opportunity which is going to arise for you, and that opportunity is going to be beneficial for you, and it's going to be beneficial for people who mean to you, like your family members, because it's almost like something that you're going to create, do, make, a manifest that is just going to be superb, not only for you but for other people in your life as well. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Pisces. My gorgeous Pisces, my lordy lord, you know, this is like so intuitive when it comes to you in particular, because these messages are from the spirit world. These messages are from the spirit guides. I like channel them like there is no tomorrow with absolutely no problem. But you've got like a double whammy here. So not only all these messages are from the spirit world, but your message, my gorgeous Pisces, my gorgeous Pisces, is not that long. It's not going to be that long until you come across something so weird, so unusual, so strange, because you know prior that moment in time you're also going to feel the vibration. It's like a bit of a different and unusual sorry, and this is because the vibration is different and unusual. You're about to enter like a very interesting dimension, my gorgeous Pisces, and I hope you understand this. You're about to enter, this is what these feelings and emotions are going to be preparing you, so you know when this is going to happen. You know, okay, you will know, because the energy is going to be strange, unusual, a little bit different, like ooh la la, you know, but you will know that you're entering a very interesting dimension. So you're going to be kind of like not warned about it, but prepared. And for example, you will see something, and the little bird, somehow the certain bird is going to also have a very specific and strong connection with what is actually going to happen to you. So you're also going to see the bird, you're going to notice the bird, or you're gonna like kind of hear a certain bird but then this is all gonna be kind of like a happening at around a similar time. So what you need to understand, when you kind of like feel a kind of unusual dimension vibration, and when you hear like a little bird as well, you are about to have a very important message from the spirit. And this is why your message is so unique, my gorgeous Pisces, and very powerful, because all these messages are from the spirit guides, but your one is pretty much so to do with the spirit coming through, coming forward, and you will know when this is going to happen, because things are going to unfold and develop how I just said, you know, like it's going to feel strange, there's going to be like a bird, and then somehow there is a spirit that is going to visit you, my gorgeous Pisces, and it's not going to be that long. That spirit that is going to visit you, it could come in any kind of through any kind of vibration. It could happen like you maybe see someone on the side and it's like no one there, but you know that there's someone there, and then you look, there is no one there. Or it could be like a smell, a certain perfume that reminds you of someone who used to be in your life, like that someone that died. Or maybe if you smell a certain food, somebody that used to cook in your life, it doesn't really matter. Or it may be like the temperature changes and then you just suddenly feel who is around you. Or maybe certain person is just like kind of popping into your mind every now and then. You're just gonna know that this is the spirit visiting you. Or maybe you will see like a certain information and you're not going to be able to tell where this is from. It's all going to boil down to the same thing. When the spirit visits you, it's bringing you a message. What the message is, you will know. How you will know, it's going to be very interesting, very unusual, bizarre, but you will know. And the message that it will bring you, it's going to bring you assistance. And this assistance that you are going to have, it's going to help you with the way out of the situation that it's becoming too crazy and too dark when it comes to your life. So it's going to help you to release yourself, but also it's going to remind you. It's going to bring you very, very important memories. Very important memories into your life, my gorgeous Pisceans, you know. And these memories are going to remind you of who you are, what your job is here, and how powerful you are, as long as you remember to stay on your path and do things that only make sense to you. It's more important than ever to follow your own intuition. These memories are also going to lead and float towards the fact that you are about to discover a very important truth. So the spirit is going to be primarily responsible not only to remind you of who you are, or what your job is on this earth, what you should be doing, where you should be going. It's all gonna give you nice shaky, momenty, but most importantly, it's gonna help you to discover an important, mind-blowing truth. You will see things for what they are. On one hand, like a big mama confirmation, but on another hand, it's all about discovering this important truth. And that truth is pretty much so going to remind you that you're standing in the light of truth. You know, you're standing in the light of truth, and this is exactly what is going to be making a very important aspect of you walking through a very significant door, very important door that are going to bring you a reward exactly 15 days later. An important reward you're going to have, and the reward is going to come in the form of the actual opportunity. But by then you're going to spiritually grow so much, mind-blowingly, because you will go over something, and that is going to bring you one of the greatest experiences of your life. So by the time the 15-day passes, you're going to have already different way of thinking, and this is where things are going to start becoming very interesting for you, because suddenly you're going to start realizing how beautifully you're moving forward with your life, and what amazing things happen when you only just basically follow your intuition indeed. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you all. Bye.